Welcome. What does the birthing mum go through and how can you support her? Part 2. If you haven't already, make sure you listen to part 1 of this video lesson to understand what your partner is going through right after birth. In part 2 of this video lesson, I'm going to suggest ways that you can support your partner in the best way possible. So, how can you best understand and support the birthing mama? In many ways, your partner may feel like she has morphed into a different person. Her behavior may seem strange, out of character, and even concerning to you. You may even feel like your partner has done a complete 180 in her affection towards you. But remember, this won't last. So at least for now, try to grin and bear it. The kinder you can be, the more content and less resentful your partner will feel. On top of the huge physical upheaval your partner has gone through, they will likely experience a huge loss of identity and freedom. They may even also battle with feelings of not wanting to leave the baby alone, but also needing a moment to themselves. Crashing hormones leave women feeling a come down of immense proportions, and post-birth, their brain undergoes structural changes to adapt to the baby's needs. So if you're asking yourself, what has happened to my partner? It may help to remember that she is going through a huge identity shift. Once the adrenaline and oxytocin fade following the birth, your partner is going to be one tired out mama. And from that place, they may not be able to know what it is you need, let alone communicate their own needs. Regularly ask what they need, how they're feeling, and how you can help. After the birth, your partner will have a large internal wound on the inside of her uterus. If she had a vaginal birth, she'll be bleeding heavily and perhaps have a challenging time adapting to a change in her bodily functions. Doing simple things like going to the toilet will likely be a struggle. In fact, sitting down or doing anything at all will probably be very painful. As a new mother, the focus needs to be on getting as much sleep and rest as possible and feeding the baby. Be an ally in your partner's physical recovery. Offer to help with simple things like making a cup of tea or turning on the TV so they can sit, relax, and heal. Sleep increases your ability to cope with pretty much anything. So encouraging your partner to get as much sleep as possible is one of the best gifts that you can give her. Even if you have to initially sleep in separate beds, do whatever it takes to help her get a better night's sleep. Your partner has essentially experienced a traumatic event, which often results in mild PTSD. So don't be surprised if she is a lot more angry and irritable than usual. If there is ever a time to endure her rage, snide remarks, and emotional outbursts, it's now. Try not to take it personally, but if this does continue for more than a few weeks, then gently encourage her to talk to her midwife or get professional support from a trained counsellor or therapist. Follow your instincts. If your partner's mood swings and periods of melancholy seem like anxiety or depression, then seek support. But do consider whether you are the best person to deliver this advice. Sometimes our partners need to hear this from a friend or a family member or a medical professional for it to really sink in. Your partner needs space to process their emotions and shed their tears post-birth. So allow them some space to process their feelings, even if it may make you uncomfortable. Instead of immediately trying to fix your partner's distress, listen to them, be a shoulder to cry on, and keep asking them if there's anything that they need. Most women find sex painful after birth and can still find it uncomfortable even 6 months later, more in some cases. Regularly invite your partner into a conversation about where she's at. After all, having potentially uncomfortable conversations will only bring you closer. Also, find alternative ways to explore intimacy, such as running her a bath, giving her a foot massage, and taking the lead with inviting an intimate chat about vulnerable subjects. If you're missing intimacy rather than sex, it can help to reassure your partner that it's not sex that you're after, it's connection. Hold her and share soothing words with her. Keep remembering that your sex life is not doomed. It's just looking a little bit different for a while. You may find that you do not have a desire for sex either, with all the stress, sleep deprivation, and lack of time. And this is very normal, so don't worry. It just means that you're both going through an adjustment period. Keep honoring the various cycles that you will inevitably travel through as a couple. With your little one almost constantly attached to the birthing mum's bosom, most women report feeling touched out and that they have nothing left to give after being with their baby all day. So don't be surprised if this means that she doesn't have as much time for you. If she flinches at your hand touching her and prefers to sleep alone rather than next to you, try not to feel too rejected. With your little one almost constantly attached to the birthing mum's bosom, most women report feeling touched out and that they have nothing left to give after being with their baby all day. So don't be surprised. Kindness is key. If you can continue to be kind, even when your partner's shouting at you for things that you haven't done or crying because of something that you have, you will find greater ease. Your partner has been through a life-changing transformation, perhaps paralleled with a complete loss of identity, feeling like her body doesn't belong to her. For many women, body image insecurities can creep in. So keep reassuring your partner how beautiful she is and how much you admire her. Your genuine reassurance goes a long way. So, to recap, regularly ask what you need, how they are feeling, and how you can help. Encourage your partner to get as much sleep as possible, as this is one of the best things that you can give her. Find alternative ways to explore intimacy, such as running her a bath, giving her a foot massage, and taking the lead with inviting intimate chats about vulnerable subjects. Respect her need for space and communicate your feelings in a loving way.